Americans are saying that they are being embarrassed by their president. And he thinks that ruling America is a reality show.
Those allegations were uncalled for. They are bullying the South Africans.
There's no mass expropriation of land taking place in South Africa. There's no genocide taking place.
Does he have all the statistics of the white farmers who have been killed?
We have crime issues, but as a government we have committed resources to deal with it.
There are no evidence to this thing. You don't just hear from one person and conclude.
The humiliation that he received from Donald Trump wasn't necessary.
This is not a genocide. What happened here? The farm murders, although a very high percentage per thousand, is not a genocide, and we have never claimed it to be.
We're not interested in going anywhere, and we would like to see more inclusive growth in our business, but we need some certainty, and one of those certainties is rural safety.
So they are now saying there is no white farmers genocide in South Africa. So these past days you have seen it all over the news, people saying and talking all the way up to the very top in America with President Trump, talking and confronting South Africa's president about a genocide in South Africa. But now they are saying there is none. Now many white South African farmers themselves are coming out and talking about how they have been silenced about there being no genocide against white South Africans when it comes to the specific group of white South African farmers. They are now saying there is none. Now, not just that, but as you have seen in the clips at the start of the video, the statistics that are being shown that there is actually more black African farmers in South Africa that are being killed than white South Africans. So this has come as a big U-turn from what was first previously said, which was that there is this big major South African genocide against white farmers. It's also good to note that a lot of the white groups within South Africa, a lot of the white government groups within South Africa are also coming out now and saying that there's no genocide within South Africa. So now we have white groups within South Africa. We have Afrikaners themselves, the white South Africans themselves, white South African farmers, and multiple other people around the world, all in government positions, all from European countries and within America itself, coming out and saying there is no genocide against the white South Africans, and these deaths are just around about, I believe, 7 deaths of white farmers, which, again, more black farmers were killed in those attacks. So these are not the numbers that you can speak of genocide, and these are not the numbers that was first previously kind of quoted and said. So it now comes to a point of why have these white farmers that have left. Well, again, they have been saying, they have came out and said that a lot of them are opportunists. A lot of them actually owed a lot of money to the South African government through housing and this and things like that, and they have actually abandoned these debts and left for America. A lot of white South Africans themselves have came out and said this themselves, that a lot of them have just left the country so they don't have to pay certain debts and things like this. So it's now interesting to see that, especially because there was this big meeting in the Oval Office. Of course, Elon Musk was there. Now it's also came out that the reason Elon Musk is so interested in this topic that is going on is because of his Starlink. They say he wants Starlink within South Africa. Now, because of the certain policies implemented after apartheid, it is very difficult for him to get the necessary things needed to get Starlink going in South Africa. So they are now saying that he is using this so-called white genocide happening to the farmers to use it as a bargaining chip to perhaps get what he wants, his businesses in South Africa. So it's very interesting, especially because of how this news first broke Of course, people was up in arms, people was all over the news, and of course, America made such a big deal about it. But the more information that has came out now, it is seen that it's the complete opposite of what we first thought and what we was first told. And this is coming from all sides. This is not just coming from one side. This is not just coming from one group of people. This is not coming from just one race. This is coming from everyone. This is coming from white Americans now. This is coming from white Europeans. This is coming from Africans. This is coming from South Africans. This is coming from the black South Africans. And this is coming directly from white South Africans themselves who are saying that there is no genocide, there is no killings on a top mass level of what the American media has been trying to tell us, and that the people that have left are just, talking whatever they can to secure the opportunities over in America. But time will tell. Time will tell who is right, time will tell who is wrong, but from the statistics that you can find online, from all the things you can see online, from the top people, like I say, all of white descent. This is not of South Africa's government, this is not of Africans, this is all coming from white South Africans. This is coming from white politicians in Europe and in other places, in the Americas, in the United States themselves. This is coming from their mouths and their investigations and their beliefs. So, like I say, this is now very interesting, and it makes the meeting in the Oval Office look even more ridiculous now. If it wasn't ridiculous already, it's even now more ridiculous, because how they treated the president of South Africa was really, it was outrageous to try and do that. Of course, they did it with Zelensky a few months ago, the leader of Ukraine. So it just seems like a running thing for them to do that. It's not a way how you approach politics. It's not a way how you approach another world leader. So I'll keep you updated, because new news keeps coming out. Like I say, in the beginning, everybody thought these white farmers were on genocide, and now white farmers themselves are saying that that's not the case. So the story keeps moving, it keeps building, new information keeps coming out. There's a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, there's a lot of news outlets, there's a lot of politicians all talking about this. So there's news coming out left, right and center, but I'll try to keep the correct and right news on this channel. Like and subscribe. This has been Reaction Call, and I'll see you next time. Peace.